The non-existent rumors are true. I've created a 29 horizontal piston extender in Minecraft Bedrock. And for what it is, it's really compact. Like, normally piston extenders are absolutely ginormous. And this is by no means small, but the design is pretty epic and mostly just observer spam. But that's what all great redstone is, honestly. After doing some YouTube searching, the largest one I could find was 22 pistons, but I would honestly be surprised if there wasn't a bigger one. So I don't think mine breaks any world records, but I think the design actually could. I'll get onto that later. The 22 piston one was made by LDRM. They'll be in the description. You should definitely check them out. Here's the extension process, and in no means is this fast or the most efficient way to do it, but it's the way I did it. So, yeah, you make a bigger piston extender and then tell me how to do it. I don't know, man. I don't know where I was going with this. But yeah, it just uses observer spam because it's the best kind of spam. The entire thing is controlled by that one really annoying lever that's kind of hard to get to. It's supposed to be retracting here, but I missed a piece of redstone, so let me go fix that. Let's actually watch it retract now. And as you can see, it's a pretty slow retraction process, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, it's a lot of pistons, but it works, and the design is really cool. You may notice the observer is getting pushed by pistons, and that's happening via this, I don't know what to call it, it's like a manual flying machine, but that happens that way on retraction. The piston that's already been fully retracted doesn't fire again and mess the entire thing up, because that'd be pretty bad. And as you can see, it's powered through that repeater line and a bunch of observers. And yeah, it's a process. It works. The design can be like pretty much infinitely expanded to however many pistons you want. There'd be like a few more like small technical things you'd have to work out, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, you go into spectator mode, so dramatic music. Now that I'm back into creative mode, the dramatic music must stop. Anyways, so we're almost done, and there's some pretty cool things that happen in the last phase of its retraction. So the manual flying machine, once it releases the end, it has to return, and pretty much bro pistons make yeah, that happens, and then boom, it starts to go back. Isn't that so cool? Yeah, you can't, yeah. It uses a different, yeah. I'm not going to cut this out. To prevent the flying machine to start flying in the wrong way, there's glass at the end. To stop it from doing that. I don't know why I chose glass. It could be in literally any block other than observers, but I chose glass. Because, yeah. The observers that are facing the repeater line are the ones that activate the pistons for the extension process. There's a whole line of repeaters, that way there is a large delay between each signal. Fun fact, the entire retraction process is powered by that piston clock. Nope, that's a hopper clock. Anyways, if it goes off while it's extending, it can mess things up, which is what that observer line is for. So that way, if it gets activated, it will send another signal so it re-extends. Yeah. Now that you know how everything works, I'm going to actually turn it on. So as you can see, it immediately starts going, and you can even see it start to try to retract itself. But luckily, thanks to that one observer line, it doesn't do that. See, watch it go back out. Isn't that great? And if you're wondering, why haven't you made it so it doesn't retract? See, it have. It just takes time for that to register through the clock. Because there's probably way better ways to do this, but I haven't done those ways. Mid-recording, I noticed that this observer line is extremely goofy, and it doesn't have to have 4 extra observers, so I fixed that. Me messing with the observers makes the pistons go off, but luckily, thanks to that one observer line, it's A-okay. Woo! So that way the door resets and is ready for traction. That observer line gets shoved down along with the other one that'll show it. No, I'm still looking at this one. There we go. As you can see, that one also gets pushed down, so it's ready for retraction. To prevent the manual flying machine from moving, I have that piston there to lock it in place, because it will sometimes activate and move around while observers are getting pushed. I don't know why I started making circles, but I thought it'd be funny to time-lapse them. Sorry for this being a rather low-quality video, but it's kind of hard to explain a 28 piston extender in a way that's at least somewhat understandable. Whilst I was pretty much done with the video, I realized I never talked about how it could be infinitely expanded. So guess what I'm doing? I'm going to talk about how you can make it infinitely expandable, because that's half the appeal. So yeah, you can have pretty much as many pistons as you want. You might be limited by your device or by your render distance. And your simulation distance. That's what actually matters. Anyway, step 1 of expanding is just adding more repeaters, which is pretty easy. The next step is just making that longer, which is also pretty easy. You will have to increase the amount that's in there to increase the clock, but that's pretty easy. You'll have to make this longer, and there will have to be more pistons and stuff, but that's pretty easy. You're going to have to increase the amount of observers and pistons and stuff to make the flying machine go further. But that's pretty easy. Anyways, you'll have to expand it out further. But that's also pretty easy. So yeah, pretty much the entire gist is that you just have to expand it from that way further out, and then it works. If you're legitimately interested in breaking a world record using this piston extender design, I would not try to create it using this video. This sounds like a horrible idea. Instead, you should join my Discord, and we can join the world together, and I can show you how it works. If this crappy video somehow ends up getting a bunch of views, then I may actually consider doing an in-depth tutorial. But for now, if you legitimately want to, break a world record with this design, just join my Discord. Don't try to do it during that. No. Here's a random photo of my cat. Anyways, it'd be pretty cool if you subscribe.